What if I told you that true wealth has very little to do with how much money you have, that it's not your bank account, your car, or your house that determines your wealth, but something deeper, quieter, and far more powerful? The Stoics knew this, and what they taught could completely transform the way you see success, ambition, and fulfillment. Today, we're going to explore how to be wealthy, the Stoic way. And if you stay until the end, you'll never see wealth the same way again. In today's world, wealth is often measured in numbers, net worth, investments, luxury. But the Stoics didn't chase money for status. They believed that real wealth was about freedom, the kind of freedom that comes from needing less, not acquiring more. You see, to a Stoic, the man who needs little is richer than the man who always wants more. And this isn't just some ancient philosophy. It's a mindset that can free you from stress, anxiety, and that constant feeling of not being enough. Seneca, one of the richest Stoics in terms of actual wealth, had every reason to indulge. He had status, property, and political power, but he warned against being owned by wealth. He said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Read that again. The one who craves more, not the one who has less, is poor. In other words, the more dependent you are on external things to feel successful, the less power you actually have. So how do you become wealthy the Stoic way? First, redefine what wealth means. Wealth isn't excess, it's sufficiency. Ask yourself, what do I actually need to live a good life? Is it truly another car, another outfit, another gadget, or is it peace of mind, self-respect, and time to do what matters? Stoicism teaches that once you strip away unnecessary wants, you realize you're already richer than you thought. Now, this doesn't mean you shouldn't pursue money or success. Far from it. The Stoics were not anti-success. They were for self-mastery, which means don't chase money at the cost of your principles. Don't lose your soul trying to impress people who don't even know themselves. And above all, never let your bank balance determine your self-worth. Wealth to a Stoic is a tool, not a trophy. It's something you control, not something that controls you. Epictetus, born a slave, said it best. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Imagine what your life would look like if you actually believed that. If your self-esteem came not from what you had, but from how little you needed to feel whole. And that brings us to the next point, gratitude. One of the most powerful ways to feel wealthy is to practice daily gratitude. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men in history, wrote every day in his journal about the things he was grateful for. He could have focused on power, conquest, and legacy, but instead, he focused on presence, purpose, and perspective. That's what made him truly rich. Want to feel wealthy today? Try this. Take 1 minute right now to appreciate what you already have. The air in your lungs, the roof over your head, the ability to hear these words. Most of the world doesn't have those blessings. You do. And yet, we scroll through social media, comparing ourselves to curated illusions, forgetting that we're already more fortunate than most kings throughout history. So what does Stoic wealth look like in practice? It looks like living below your means, not because you have to, but because you choose to. It looks like rejecting debt-fueled lifestyles that keep you trapped. It looks like waking up and knowing that no one owns your time, your thoughts, or your values. It's not about deprivation. It's about freedom. It's about choosing a life where you're not constantly chasing, but steadily building. Stoic wealth is also about investing, not just financially, but personally. Invest in your mind. Read, reflect, journal, grow. Your character is a more stable asset than any stock or currency. No one can steal your discipline. No one can take away your integrity. And no market crash can devalue your peace of mind. One of the most dangerous lies society tells you is this: once you get X, you'll finally feel happy. But the Stoic flips that. He says, if I can't be content now, I won't be content then. Because real wealth isn't a destination, it's a way of walking. It's how you carry yourself through life, with courage, with clarity, with calm. Now, let's talk ambition. The Stoic isn't passive. He doesn't sit around waiting for life to happen. No. He works, he builds, he creates, but he does it with detachment from the outcome. He gives his best effort not because he's obsessed with rewards, but because effort itself is noble, And when rewards come, he accepts them with grace, not pride. When they don't, he stands tall anyway. That's real wealth. You want to be truly powerful? Learn to say no. No to distractions. No to wasteful spending. No to relationships that drain you. The Stoic doesn't fear missing out because he knows that what truly matters is never lost. While others chase trends, he builds timeless values. While others burn out chasing status, he becomes grounded in purpose. Here's the final truth. Wealth is not a number. It's not a car. It's not an applause. Wealth is the ability to wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and say, I am free. I am enough. I am grounded. That's the Stoic way. And when you live like this, something incredible happens. External wealth starts to follow internal strength, not the other way around. So stop chasing, start building. Build your discipline, build your gratitude, build your inner fortress, because once you do, the world will no longer have power over your peace. That is true wealth. That is the Stoic way.